How do we coexist with the coronavirus? How do we operate and carry on with the coronavirus in our lives? That was the question on the table during today's TRG 30 when we were joined by our guest, Bob Berta, who is the Senior Associate Commissioner at the Big 12 Conference, college football. We felt today that it was really important to bring in an outside of the arts industry perspective, a voice from an adjacent industry to help fortify our own thinking and learn new things that might be applied to the arts, our world, the arts. I'm Keri Mesropov. I'm the president of TRG, and this is your TRG 30 Roundup. There were three really main takeaways from our time with Bob today that I would encourage you to be thinking about how you incorporate in your own thinking about how you will thrive, not just survive, thrive through this time, which is probably the most challenging of any of our careers in the arts. The first is, what are the adjacent industries in your own community? Is there a college football team? Are there sources outside of the arts that you might learn things from? Call them, learn, set up Zoom meetings because you know you need another Zoom meeting to learn tactics and strategies that you might apply in your own shop. Really important to occasionally get ourselves out of our own echo chamber and learn from other industries. The second point that Bob made was this: college campuses are an incubation center for innovation. That's part of their job, their mission is to innovate. And I thought, boy, that is a huge part of what we do in the arts. We innovate. We are of the most creative people on this planet, and we are creative problem solvers. And so how are you using your skill, your gifts of creative thinking, creative doing, creative problem solving? Because that is part of our mission, that is part of who we are as administrators and certainly as artists. How are we incorporating innovation during this time? Might sound very obvious, but I'd remind you to zoom up and zoom out and think about how you're applying innovation right now specifically. And the last was about season ticket holders, the equivalent of subscribers in the arts field. And Bob said they are thinking in college football how they think about the next generation of subscribers. So imagine that season ticket holders, there will be some who are not interested, not able to attend games when they do come back in the fall. And Bob said to us, in their industry, they're thinking about how they bring in more students, how they develop the future season ticket holders. And so how might we think about that for the arts? Imagine that we will come back in the fall or late fall, and there will be seats open because there will be subscribers who are not ready to make it to the theater. So how will we think about occupying those seats in a strategic way? How will we invite the next generation of subscribers, the next generation of donors to fill those seats right now and begin strategically to develop those particular buyer types, those particular patrons for the future? I thought that was an incredible insight. So who could you strategically be asking, inviting to join you? Those were the learnings from today's TRG 30. Thanks so much, as always, for joining us, and look forward to seeing you at next week's TRG 30.